better minds about how well they went, and a huge wild card that we may have found out about. Sara Azari is going to take us through the defense. Misty Marris has tasty tea for us afterwards. Sara, how'd the defense do?
I think they did an excellent job, Chris. I think Mark Agnifilo was relatable. He humanized Diddy, talked about how he practiced DEI before DEI became a mandate. Obviously, that resonates with the African-American jurors. Substantively, Chris, he went after Cassie pretty hard. And that is not victim shaming. Look, this was a witness who was handled with kid gloves on the stand in cross-examination. But if he didn't discredit her in closing argument, then essentially he would be acquiescing to her very compelling testimony. He called her a gangster. He said she was using a burner phone and she was two-timing men. So he had to do that. He did an excellent job of owning the domestic violence and then divorcing it from the freak-offs, explaining that the freak-offs were part of an intimate relationship and that they weren't sex trafficking, that the idea that the videos were homemade porn, again, nothing illicit. Most importantly, Chris, he completely dismantled the idea of a criminal enterprise. What kind of a criminal enterprise is run by a solo guy? Just because a guy at the top might be committing crimes and he has a business that pays for the expenses does not make that business a racketeering enterprise. I think that was the most serious charge that he took the air out of. Where I thought it was a little disingenuous is where he said that the male sex workers were paid for their time. I kind of chuckled because, I mean, Misty and I are lawyers. We're paid for our time. We provide legal services, and these guys were providing sex. And I'm like, okay, but you know, I've been there, and I know that when you don't have the facts in the law, you are screwed.
You've been
and you
where?
can't in his shoes. Not in the freak-offs.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Wait, in whose shoes?
In Mark Agnifilo's shoes, where the facts in the law are not.
Oh, okay, all right. Keep going, keep going.
Anyway, so I think overall they did a great job.
Yeah, look, Chris,
all right.
Defense definitely did a good job, but I will say he lost me at a few points when he called Cassie and Combs a modern-day love story. I don't think we're seeing a modern-day love story. And there were other areas where I agree with Sara. You know, the idea for the defense is to undercut the prosecution's case, but went a bit too far with Cassie, saying she was dating Kid Cudi, she was dating Diddy at the same time. She was ready to go. It came off as very, very much on that line of victim shaming. We know at the very least, maybe it's not sex trafficking, she's a victim of domestic violence. That to me did not land. On rebuttal, by the way, with respect to that issue with the prostitution and the escorts, the prosecution pointed out they got paid more when they could perform. When they couldn't perform, not a lot of money. When they could perform, a lot more. Linking that to the sex. But that's where the defense really faltered for me today.
So give me the tea about this juror.
Yeah,
what did you see in there, and why is it worthy of our attention?
Yeah, so there's somebody that we've had our eye on in the courtroom, and we're calling her the skeptical juror. She seems to be looking at the prosecution's case with a smirk on her mouth. But when it came to Cassie Ventura today and what the defense was saying, the very points I brought up, she was not receiving it well. So a lot of us think that she might be the one who could hang this jury.
It only takes one, of course, but there's a lot of pressure in that room. They've been there a long time. People want to go home. There's a weird, it's not weird. There is a sense in a jury room that they want to reach a verdict. They want to complete the job. They want to feel like they did their duty. I've been in there. I've experienced it, and of course, I've been watching these things unfold for many, many years. Thank you very much, Sara. I think you did a good job of summing up what I saw and heard today. And Misty, as always, appreciate you both. Have a great weekend, my friend. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.